Hello everybody, this is dear Mama Sal on a very chilly, I don't mind telling you, Monday morning. It is -2 degrees here in British Columbia, which would make it about 28 degrees, yeah, 28 degrees in American terms. It's below freezing, let's put it that way. And for the first morning of this year, well, this season, let's put it that way, not this year, I needed to scrape the ice off my car. And luckily, I actually got my incredibly gorgeous body out of bed early this morning because I had a feeling that may be the case. So I got up 15 minutes earlier just for that very reason, and I'm glad I did. So here's your weekend update. It was a busy weekend. On my side, I got to vote for the second time in my life. This time, the first time in what we call a municipal election, which is just the province. Not the province, the municipal, the city. What do you guys call that? County? Yeah, I think you call it county stuff. Anyway, so it was very painless, a bit chilly, because there was a lineup. A lot of people voted, by the look of it, which is awesome. And the person I voted for got in, so I'm sure that it wasn't by a vote of one, but I'm a great believer, if you don't vote, don't complain. And so many people complain like mad, and then when you ask them, they didn't vote. And it's just like, well, hello. and their reason is, well, it doesn't make any difference. Well, actually it does. So it was a fun day, and then Yvonne and I went off and had a quick coffee and a bagel together, which was wonderful. We don't get to do that very often, and I definitely think we should do that more often, because it was fun to do. And so that was good. We had fun with the broadcast this weekend. We had new people. One, Jade joined us from New Zealand, and Trixie, I think, joined us from St. Louis. Is it Trixie? Sounded like Trixie. Yep. And if it wasn't right, Trixie, forgive me. But you know who you are. And so it was really nice to get a couple of new people visiting us. And from what I could gather, they were didn't realize that we were funny. Perhaps I never mentioned that. I don't know. Yeah, the broadcasts are inclined to be fairly funny, and sometimes pee in your pants funny. But they are either that or very serious, because we're talking about very serious stuff. And so I guess that I don't mention the fact that we're funny. And the reason most people are there is because we do laugh a lot. And having said that, one of the funniest things we do, I think, when we get new viewers that we think are there for the right reasons, in other words, they've come through the vlogs or through Facebook or wherever they found us, is we recommend they get out now. And it's really quite funny how other viewers will say that to them. We need to warn you, get out now while you can. Because if you stay for a couple of nights, you're going to be here a long time. But it was really cute, because this weekend we had sort of checked here, do you have a good sense of humor? Yes, okay, fine, well, then get out now. Because now, most people you wouldn't say that to, right? For fear that you would actually have them believe you. That they should get out now. But it was funny, and we've done it to a number of people, but I hope you guys know we only do it to people we like instantly. So It is quite a fun thing. All right, so just an update. We had actually quite a lot of things medically going on last week and now this week. So let me try and remember as best I can. First of all, Louisiana Laurie is back home, having had her hernia surgery, but she only had one of the two hernias dealt with. She's home to recuperate, and then she will go back again between Christmas and New Year to have the second surgery, or I think it's between Christmas and New Year. Then we know that Robin's husband Lou is going in for an operation this week, and he had, as far as we know, a piece of metal holding his spine together in some way, and that the nuts and bolts of that thing started to come adrift, which must have been extremely worrying. But apparently he's having that operation this week. So all the best to you, Lou, and Robin. Hang in there. I'm certain you're worried sick about that. But the sooner we have that operation going on, the better. For those of you who know Chloe, she is waiting for her operation, and the incredible thing is she's managed to get a private operation done at an incredible deal. Even so, it's very expensive, but I'm not minimizing that. I'm just saying that she's getting full private care in a private hospital to do this operation that she needs. So just need you to know that we are here for you, and that we love you dearly. And so we also have Paul going in for his PET scan this week, Thursday, and because it's a PET scan, we recommended he take his pet Rocky, Pebbles, with him for support. And you know, we're all here with you, Paul, and you know that. We have Kerry starting some group therapy this week, which is awesome. So Kerry, all the best for Thursday. And we tried to warn her that group therapy is a great thing to do and takes courage to do. I always think anybody who's prepared to work on themselves has got courage, because it's much easier to blame the world than it is to have a look at your own stuff. And the thing about group therapy is that it can sometimes be difficult, and so we warned her about that. I'm a great believer, you know, forearmed is forewarned, so that and told her not to quit. We all encouraged her, whatever happens, don't quit, just keep going, because this is for you, not for everybody else. And that's a very important thing. And who did I forget in all of this? Let me think. Probably forgot really important people here. Well, if I did, you know, either it's going to come to me as I do the drive, or else I will be apologizing tomorrow morning. I know I've forgotten a couple. I heard from Ozzy this morning, for those of you, because a lot of you always ask about Oz. And he had a really busy week, obviously, with the all that was going on in Australia, and he said that he's doing absolutely fine. It was all quieter than he thought it was going to be, so he was happy. And he does read the Facebook page, so if ever you want to send him a quick note, just know that he does catch up with the news as far as he can by getting onto Facebook, which apparently he can get onto with his phone, so that's great. Who else have I forgotten? Huh. Amazing. Never mind. We will move onwards. Other than that, in terms of the weekend update, oh, I forgot me. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm still a little bit in a funk, but not as bad as I was. I definitely am procrastinating over certain things. And that is not helping me at all, because it just ends up being more stressful. So my goal this week is to get my life in order, even if it means cutting down on some other stuff. I need to just get my house back in order and my life back in order, because I'm a little bit overwhelmed at the moment, and you can tell by I'm a great believer, you can tell my stress level by the state of my house. And it was a difficult one. I really want to thank Nana and Manon, who've been really good about supporting me in terms of what they know I'm trying to do for myself. And it's really great to have your support, guys, and thank you. That is pretty darn awesome. Oh, Leah. For those of you who know, Leah had a tough week last week, but she seemed to be doing well, and I know that her husband Wayne took her out to the movies last night, so she missed the broadcast, but we're really delighted to hear she got a life. Well done, Leah. And it was just a really pretty weekend, but I think that winter is definitely on our doorstep. You know, I reckon any time we go, it's -3 now. It's even worse. What's that in America? 27. Yeah, but I'm in a low part here, so that I would expect. So, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. I'm in a, never mind. That's -3. And I know that whenever it's winter, I always check the temperature here, because I always find it's the lowest temperature right at that point. So it's a beautiful day. The sky is blue, which is why it's so cold. There's nothing, my big fluffy blanket of clouds has disappeared, and so we've got nothing protecting us from the cold air. So we have a big choice in our life, right? You can either live under the dark clouds that bring rain and be warmer, or you can have beautiful clear skies such as today and freeze. And all our roads are now striped, and I'm certain a lot of you relate to that. They've obviously been out with the salt trucks and put down the saline solution that they put down to hopefully minimize the ice on the roads. It's really a beautiful day if you're dressed warmly. And it's a day like today that I really give thanks for the fact that I am warm and have a warm coat and a warm house and a warm car. And there's so many people that don't have those things. So many people waiting at bus stops, freezing. My God, woman. I'm sorry. There is a woman walking around in bare legs. She must have shorts on or something. Got a coat on with a big hood on it, and it actually, quite honestly, it looks like she just didn't bother to put any trousers on. And the coat was sort of open. I won't make any more comments about that. So what you're up to this week? There's the question. What one step can you take forward this week? Don't let's overwhelm. Pick one thing that you're going to do and let's take a step forward. I'm definitely going to try and get my kitchen back into shape, because I have been trying to empty out my cupboards and clean them out, and I've hit a particularly bad one. And it's, you know, and I've got almost everything out of this one shelf. You know, it's, and I'm just trying to get it all washed and cleaned and then put back again. If any of you understand that process. And I'm going to do it. That whole cupboard is going to get cleaned. And it definitely is the worst in my kitchen. So I'm going to feel so much cleaner when it's done. And I don't have to do a whole lot. You know, if I did 10 minutes a day this week, I'll have it all done and it'll look great. And the trick is to do it in small pieces so that I don't feel overwhelmed. So there you go. That's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to get an appointment with my doctor, otherwise Manon will bug me because she knows I want to do that. So I'm going to do that. I need some more meds and I need to find out why I'm still getting these headaches occasionally. And of course, like any human being, that part of you doesn't want to find out. So I'm definitely not brave. Definitely not brave. I want to give a real shout out though to Paul, because, you know, for all that's going on in his life, he was just such great entertainment this weekend. And Paul, I just want to tell you something that, you know, we all admire your ability to handle stuff with humor. And it really is a talent that you have. And it's one that we really obviously enjoy, but we also respect. And it doesn't make anything go away, but it sure makes life just easier to deal with in those couple of hours that you're going to have that mentality. I did a couple of small videos this weekend, and quite honestly was delightfully surprised. One on how I tie my scarves, which was a fun one to do. And I did one on making a sort of cross between lumpia and a and a spring roll. Not a Swiss roll. Swiss roll's way yummy. And I've never ever made anything like that before, so it was really fun to do for me because I've never done it. And what I did was, part one I did doing it the normal way, which was deep frying it, and then the second one I did last night was on my George Foreman grill, for those people who might want to do this and not have you know, all the grease. And quite honestly, they both tasted very good. They just were very different in taste. There's something about something that's deep fried, it has a deep fried taste to it. And the George Foreman grill just had, I think Wade described it as more of a pierogi feel about it. So that was good. So then the next thing is to keep, you know, experimenting with those sort of things. I got a lot of comments from a lot of you, and I thank you so much that you really enjoy these sort of what do you do with the leftover type recipes that I'm doing. And one person wrote to me and thanked me so much for not being the perfect cook. You know, that I just don't do the perfect video, and that I really do just do it like anybody else would do it, you know, which is not have everything perfectly measured out, not have everything, you know, ready for the perfect video, and how much they appreciated that, because it really encouraged them to think that maybe they could do it too. And I thought that was really cute. And it is why I do it that way, because I do want you to see that it really is I do want you to get the idea that I'm not a great gourmet cook, and that these recipes, if I can do them, anybody can do them. And if you notice, I almost without fail do ones where I'm not actually measuring perfectly either. I'm just putting things together. And I think it's really a fun thing to do. It makes it less threatening to me. So hopefully some of you, I know some people already tried the spring rolls, so it will be interesting to find out if you enjoyed them. And I always think that anything that can use vegetables and will be fun for children to eat is probably not a bad idea, if you get my drift. You know, it's what I call hidden vegetables. So I hope that you guys enjoy them anyway. All right, everybody, I'm getting closer to work now, which means I'll start going over the speed bumps that you all laugh about. And it's obviously going to be a fun week because I want to make it that way. And life will be there trying to change that thought, so we'll see how I do about managing it all. I'm hoping you all have a wonderful week. I hope that you make it a wonderful week. Those of you who are struggling this week because of operations and stuff, hang in there, do the best you can. That's all anybody can ask of you. And for those of you who are recovering from operations, please keep us informed. We do like to know how you're doing. And that's really, really an important thing. And I really do encourage you all to continue to support one another the wonderful way that you've been doing. I have really, really been in awe of the great support teams that have come out to help various people. And I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it is what we do, and you guys do it so well. And everybody in life needs support. And there are people on the Dear Mama Sal broadcast side that are doing just a magnificent job of supporting people and being that extended family that certain people need in times when they're struggling.